You know, Ramses makes it out, but still, they're grouped up in the top lane.
Not getting gone on here by Pika, but General's reactions, very nice. That quick TP, and no one got a little annoyed by that. The spam ping's coming out on General.
That was like 2 seconds before daytime too when the silence came out. It almost was not long enough. Yeah, rough game for Storm right now.
And,
you know,
and a great game for General. He's pretty much got the money for that Midas now, thanks to the involvement that he's had in these kills. In top lane, well, with this tower, he'll certainly have the gold for it. Snako, Viper, and Dendi pushing in. Na'Vi getting a lot of objectives outside the map. At the same time, down bottom, Pasha was continuing to try and go for some sort of split push pressure. As he, on top of the Midas now, working into that mech.
How close is Lil to his Blink Dagger? Because I feel like DP really needs some sort of big item, you know, to start these team fights. He's pretty close, so once they get that, perhaps they can start making some more aggressive plays here.
Yeah, they definitely need more ways to try and get that jump on the sniper.
Yeah, Storm definitely is not the one to be doing any jumping at this stage of the game. He just wants to farm.
Yeah, if he goes in on that sniper at this stage, you know, he's going to take a silencer, a nice path to the face, or a hook shot, and the turnaround will be there. He may get the sniper, but he's going to lose his life for it.
Sniper can probably just man up and hit him and kill him faster.
That's true, actually. Yeah, with the amount of damage Dendi's got. What's he doing after the Shadow Blade, actually? Is it just going to be the Dragon Lance? Actually, okay, full out damage. I love it. Shadow Blade Maelstrom.
I'm going to have so much damage with the Sniper's level of farm right now and Juggernaut's Diffusal Blade.
Is Maelstrom so definitely the way when there is an Omni on the other side?
It's still good because it accelerates your farm. Sniper doesn't farm that fast without using Shrapnel all the time, so I mean, it's still a good damage efficient or cost efficient item for the damage. So. Looks good. Snako almost had his Force Staff already on his support clock, looking pretty good. I mean, he looks like a core at this stage of the game, right? 2 levels above every other support in the game. Well, he's like in the middle. He's like the 3.5 kind of.
He's keeping himself ahead of
Snako almost had his Force Staff already on his support clock. Looking pretty good.
High very close to having the did actually change it up. We saw him earlier go for the Diffusal, but he's playing it a bit safer.
You're right. 2 levels above every other support in the Manta's still very good on Juggernaut.
He's keeping himself ahead at this point as well. It feels like maybe he sees that Dendi's having such a good time already on his support clock. Got to keep myself alive in these fights. And very close to having the did actually change it up. We saw him earlier go for the Diffusal, but he's playing it a bit safer.
You're right. 2 levels above every other support. 3 deaths to his name, but he's still Manta's still very good on Juggernaut.
Yeah, that's no one is keeping himself ahead at this point as well. It feels like maybe he sees that Dendi's having such a good time already. Phase off the initial laning stage, and very close to having the did actually change it up. We saw him very close to that. He's about one behind Dendi. Still the getting very good. Yeah, that's no one getting killed. Maybe he sees that just a little bit off the mark there, very close to getting Ramses. But he did have the backup of Pasha anyway, so even if it connected, may have ended up turning badly for Na'Vi.
Yeah, I think Lil has his Blink.
It depends how Na'Vi reacts to this in the mid lane. Are they going to be baited in by Ramses? Will they come in for the defense? Snako's already there. Of course, no hook shot for 40 seconds.
You know, Troll doesn't casually just walk up to your tower and they've been losing the entire game.
Na'Vi think he may be. They're going to go in on this one, and you've got the wraparound. Here comes the epicenter. Jump forward from Lil, comes in with the Burrow Strike, but the healing ward is already out. The Blade Fury reaction's there from Pika on the sideline. Solo steals the Blade Fury, trying to get himself away, but Dendi, he's just peeping him away. He'll take down one, no one. Zips up to the high ground, keeping the vision here with the shrapnel. Pika as well, heading straight across, jumps forward, and with the it just slashes him to pieces. And with an assassinate onto no one, no one's in trouble as well. But get to the shrine. He's very low on the mana, but the silence is there. Pika continuing to run down. They have the Void, the Blade Fury. He is going to be able to zip a little bit out, and then Pasha coming in just in time will be enough to save no one for now. Oh, I say that. No, Snako, he's got the hook shot back up. And no one will still survive. Repel and the Ball Lightning enough to get him up to the high ground. As we can see, Snako may be in trouble here, dragged over to the wrong side of the cogs. But yeah, he's too tanky. He has the 4-star still available as well.
Yeah, now it's 4 minutes of nighttime with no epicenter. I don't know how they can defend anything right now.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that fight just... They had the right idea coming with the wraparound, but even with the Blink Dagger, it's not like they could do huge amounts of damage.
Yeah, Na'Vi were definitely ready for it.
Yeah.
You know, they spread out pretty well. Healing Ward was already down. Pika had his spin going before Lil even came in. So
Healing Ward already out.
Yeah, they knew it was coming, and they prepared well for it. Well, VP do have Roshan as something that can potentially bring them back in the game. Troll, Warlock, very strong, but as I say that, Na'Vi are already looking at it.
And in position to protect it as well. General and Seneko not afraid at all to man control out of the pit. They did have the stolen rocket flare to scout it out there. So VP know what's up. They are going to make a beeline straight forward. They will count the clock on the front lines here with the telekinesis and the purification bomb. That's going to be Seneko down.
Take down one. Around the pit. I mean, this is a hero that's very, very good at stealing Aegis. So
Roshan is very low at the moment as well. So both teams very much on edge. How long? How to the epicenter? It's got to still be quite a while, isn't it, for Lil? Oh no, it's there.
Just up right now.
It's back. Perfect.
And just that kill gives VP the confidence to walk it in the pit like that.
And can Na'Vi stop this? I mean, they'll lay down the up of the GQ. Pycat tries to come forward, but he gets Burrow striked immediately into the telekinesis. He'll still get the chance to play through, goes towards the pit. Roshan down, and Pycat snatches the Aegis. He's going to have Omni Slash available again. He jumps out of the Blade Fury with the Omni Slash, but the GA comes through. Seneko shoots across with the hook shot, forces himself forward. Traps Pasha in the cogs, the ice path to follow up. General lays down the silence onto the Omni Knight, and Pasha, all he can do is run. And they'll get bursted down there by the rocket flare and the void from General. They'll take the Omni Knight. The rest of VP are able to escape. They've got Roshan, but not getting the Aegis and the fight.
That's crazy that only Ramsey's died in that fight. After all the exchanges, I really thought there would be much more blood there, but Pycat with the nice steal there just casually spins in and walks in, and Ramsey's into trouble here. Does have the Manta though to keep himself safe.
Just gets took down here by General. And again with the well played, Pasha trying to add a bit of humour to the situation for VP.
Look at that, no one's keeping spirits up. Well played, teammate. Doing all right. That's what it's all about.
I wonder if that line has ever been used unironically.
It was right there.
Oh, there we go. Positive mental attitude from VP. Yep. I like it.
No toxicity.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here we are, Dendi going for the 4-star and for imminent Hurricane Pike next on his build.
So Pycat did lose the Aegis in that fight, so I mean,
he did lose the Aegis.
All in all, it looked like VP would have had a really, really hard time contesting that Aegis in like the normal circumstance, right? So it's not that
the
bad.
fact that they got the kill.
Yeah. At least Aegis is out of the game for now, so I mean, Troll is still farming ridiculously well, and no one is catching up now too. I mean, he looks like he's doing fine.
Yeah, this storm is getting bigger and bigger. Bloodstone charges. Orchid very shortly round the corner.
We also haven't seen like a real team fight where Storm is repelled, jumps the sniper. He's almost at the Orchid now too, so he's gonna have tons of damage. I mean, VP looked like they pretty much pulled it back in those last 2 minutes where it looked like it was a pretty bad situation. No Epi, just her nighttime. Na'Vi doing Roshan.
Yeah, they definitely got the tools to take a good fight. Doubt about that. Some pressure on this tier 2 down bottom. Do scan out the presence of Na'Vi behind it and we'll back away. Pasha's got the Greaves complete, so definitely something that's going to be huge. We saw in that last fight him being very much limited by the fact that the General just made a beeline straight for him with the Crippling Fear.
Yeah, he's got a lot of things to watch out for these fights, right? He's not mobile at all, so if he gets hooked into a silence, he's not just going to get anything off at all, but now he has something to deal with that at least. Only 500 from Orchid right now. This is looking pretty scary.
It really is. I mean, as you say, if he's repelled up, straight in, Orchid, get that extra damage on the sniper. He's got a good shot at bringing down Dendi. We'll need to have the protection though, of course. Oh, Seneko, he's got it in for the neutral creeps. Will still manage to get the slide across, and with the ice path into the cogs, they have trapped him down.
Oh, the Greaves are on cooldown.
Oh, yeah, he must have just popped them a bit earlier.
Yep.
Only just a bit earlier. There was still like 33 seconds cooldown, so it must have been pretty recently he just popped them for casual here. There. Must have just come out before.
Yep. Meanwhile, Rams is farming, and now it's daytime. So, Night Stalker's a weird hero. You know, during the nighttime, he feels super strong, but that's only, you know, only part of the game.
On top of that, a little bit of a lacking of catch with the hook shot still unavailable. Or at least just trying to bully no one back the way.
That's the scare factor, right?
Yeah. He just turn up and, you know, he asked a question. He's like, do they have ways of catching me? Or do I need to get the hell out of here?
You never know. Random ice path that come over the trees, and then all of a sudden, bad things happen.
Not about bad things for the Storm. Is the what's the status on the jug now? Pycat, top of the net worth. Manta defusal complete. And Dendi very much ready to go. Dendi getting the 4-star shipped out to him. Ready and complete. So a little trickier to catch out. Even if the storm does zip up on him, he's still got ways to try and play his route himself around it and get the distance between the two of them.
You know, Dendi was pretty much at the top of the network at some point in this, well, probably for the majority of this game, right? But once Storm started getting some more items, some more farm up, Sand King had that Blink Dagger and he showed in his fights, his farm space has been kind of limited. You know, he slowed down a little bit, but I mean, he still looks pretty good right now. But it wasn't anywhere near as much as he was farming before. And that's just the nature of, you know, Sand King gets Blink Dagger, he's always off the map. Storm Spirit, same thing. So perhaps they need something in this game to kind of give more space. You know, maybe a gem on the Night Stalker, perhaps, to help control the vision.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, he's
bang
got
on,
it.
yeah, there we go. He's got his answer. General will be zipped upon straight away. One, not to stick around though. A little bit worried of a reaction coming in from Na'Vi.
Well, trying to create some space, hopefully force some TPs out, but there's no TPs. They're not afraid.
Mid lane, Sneko, this time will find connection with the hook shot. Now going to see the jump forward with the Omni Slash, but Ramses to get himself away. As well there from Pasha. Jump forward now from Lil, looking to react as they get the stun in with the force back there from Sneko, trying to get the jump back to safety. The ice path comes through as well, but it's not enough. High cat's down, huge job. They have to be careful how they continue to chase this down. They'll look towards Sneko with the purification damage, zip forward, but he gets held back. No one in the ice path. Sneko, they're trying to save him. They're going to be unsuccessful though, as no one finds a double kill. Great fight for VP. A couple more charges into the Bloodstone. To 15 now.
Man, what a recovery from no one. Storm Spirit, I know he's not top net worth or anything like that, but he feels like one of those heroes, you know, when he picks up these items, he just starts to get out of control real quick, especially with the Omni Knight.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's
We have
middle
it.
tower.
No one looking for the tower in the middle lane. General didn't do anything about this. Over they go, over the trees. There's the silence, but Patch is there with the repeller. Now no one just turns straight towards General, and in fact may just get the killer. He's going to tick down low and he's going to take it.
Is that the gem too?
Oh, they're trying to get picked up. They are trying to get it. Did they get it? Yes, it's on Pasha.
No.
Pasha's managed to reclaim it. Solo, Blade Fury away from a Blade Fury and Pycat. Now opening up with the Diffusal Blaze. Solo will almost certainly fall as Pycat's able to chase him down. No one ready to go back in there. The Mantis already being used by Pycat here. So the silence is successful. Bring them down low, but the mech comes through from Na'Vi. But keep Pycat alive. Now turning towards Pasha with the Blade Fury. They chase him down, pick up the double kill, but Lil comes in on the backlines with the epicenter. Na'Vi forced back up to the high ground. No one is out of mana though, so can't chase down Dendi. Dendi and Pycat realize this. They're going to go straight back in onto the storm without any mana, and no one's. He's going to kill himself. But yeah, what's going on bottom? What is happening on the bottom lane?
That's a melee racks already.
Oh my goodness!
What just happened?
Na'Vi just got trolled.
Troll killed Clockwork at the tier 3 and took the base within like 15 seconds. Oh
That mid fight was not worth for Na'Vi. They may have killed, well, they didn't even kill the Storm. He got the deny out. Losing a Rax like that. Oh dear.
Well, at least the gem was recovered, so they can try to keep some sort of map control going here, but losing that Rax at this stage of the game is not good.
I mean, yeah, it is. Oh, hello. Hello.
Long jump.
Hello.
Okay. Very close to actually catching Pycat there.
He may die for that. He's definitely dead for that.
He is very dead. That is what we call the tilter.
Well, at least he's got Ramses on his team to pull him through these troubling times.
That is true. Mr. 666 himself.
Yeah. He's getting the racks, and no one is zipping halfway across the map to his death.
Radiant's top tower.
I mean, I like the ambition there, you know. If he hit someone, he would have killed him.
Those are big plays, though, right? If
he didn't really
jump,
plan the escape route, did he?
No. There was no escape. He was in.
Yes.
But, you know, it would have been pretty cool if he did hit Pycat with the ball lightning damage. It was pretty much one-shot him at that stage. Half of Denny's in big trouble here.
He's in absolutely massive trouble. Oh, they got the stolen assassinate there. Beautifully done. And it's going to be safe. So Dendi will survive. They didn't quite have enough of a burst. He nearly finds the courier. He won't get it. The assassinate will be there onto Lil. Lil is going to have Blink again in a second. Shrapnel. Hey.
Oh, did he cancel his TP?
Cancelled his TP. This was worried about Piper landing the ice path, and indeed, it did happen. Piper throws it down. I guess the Shrapnel had vision of him TPing, so knew that Piper would find it.
Ramses is taking more towers, apparently.
Good old Ramses.
You don't see him, but he's winning the game.
Yeah, the boy done good. BKB's now done for as well. Getting pretty scary. Na'Vi, though, into the pit. Pycat with the DD. And get this Roshan.
Okay, so they secure
Dendy
Roshan
gets the Aegis, yeah.
safely this time, and that's Cheese as well, second Roshan.
Yep. Alrighty, so Na'Vi, I mean, they want to go for these pushes, but they've just got to be I mean, Ramses.
Are fortified.
This guy is a problem right now, especially with that newly picked up BKB.
He's just not seen a hero in years. He's just going around the map doing what he wants.
He's been playing his own game for sure, and it's working out.
And he says, all right, I'll go back in. Fortification's gone. So, I mean, with the 2 ones already got, so that's the fortification essentially gone, wasted for a failed attempt at defending nothing.
Very, very dangerous now.
Yeah. VP no, they're like, all right, we'll get ready to go down mid. Ramses, you seem to be knowing how to win the game of Dota. We're going to join you.
That's right. No more long jumps across the map. It's time to play the game.
Let's see what we can do to try and put a stop to this.
They do have a lot of farm on their cores on Na'Vi. The sniper, the
Dendy, yeah.
Yeah, very farm. Even general.
I mean, Dendy's falling behind a little bit. As you said, you know, it's kind of just the farm pace. He's not really been able to entirely keep up. But yeah, Pycat for sure.
He does have the Aegis now, so it's a bit scarier for them to just dive past everything to try to tunnel vision on this guy. But as I said, like, he might be. All right, he's okay.
But is that the? Has he got the completed Hurricane Pike on the courage?
Yeah,
he does. Okay, there we go.
That'll definitely help him keep out of danger here. Push the troll back, push the storm spirit away. And I feel like Solar Crest is probably the biggest item that'll kind of help Dendy survive. Nothing he really built at this point is going to help him too much, but if Seneko can get that Solar Crest up, but he's not really farming, you know, he's a clockwork, he runs around looking for kills like this.
Look who it is. Oh, actually, well, okay, no, it looks like they've got enough stun. No, the BKB, he comes out. No one's picked it up. Now he's turning around. There he goes, straight in. I don't think they expected that one, Na'Vi. And no one, he's found one. He's going to look to zip forward on Seneko. The BKB now wearing off. He's looking to chase down more, gets the slow onto the clockwork, and that's going to be another one there for VP No One. He baited the baiters there. They were ready, waiting for him to TP in, and he says, I got a BKB.
He's the master.
I don't think they expected that BKB at all.
No, not at all.
No.
They thought they had one clean, but unfortunate. Sometimes that happens.
And they make it another here. Yeah, Biver's getting surrounded. Ramsey's in to join in the action, and a third pickup for VP. That's surprise BKB. There we have it. No one playing the long con there with that initial sit down bottom. He's like, hey, look at me. And then he comes back later like, ha, I am the smart one.
That's the false hope.
It is.
You know?
It's like, I'm playing like a madman. And then bam,
has fallen.
he comes out with the next level item builds.
All strategic. But at least Na'Vi, Pycat didn't manage to get off the cheese in that fight, so they still have cheese and Aegis for some time. But their buildings are dying.
I mean, what's the plan for Na'Vi? They've got to do something about this. I mean, Ramses has just been allowed to get so far ahead.
Well, they had a plan there, right? They were looking for someone to gank in the nighttime, and they found Storm Spirit, but just didn't work out. He had the BKB, turned around and just killed him. Perhaps they need someone else for... I mean, that's all their disables, right? That was the cogs into the hook, into the ice path.
Oh, this could get even messier as well. They're coming around, and they've got the DD on Ramses.
Oh, no.
He is a goner. Straight in they go. The damage is more than there, and that's Pycat down for 70 seconds. Mass BKB's out, and they zip forward. Look at the clock. Yeah, he's not going to hold back no one. He goes up to the high ground, make sure that they get Seneko as well. Double kill for No One. And in the middle, can they save the Sand King? Dendy's trying to beat upon him, but Ramsey just goes straight to the backlines, finds the sniper, takes the Aegis out of Dendy's hands. And VP coming in thick and fast here, and Na'Vi just can't stop them. They've got the control, Solo with the stolen Ice Path laid down as well. Some Ice Path onto Ice Path action. As I think this game may just be over. VP have just come in, they've gone crazy, the BKBs are out. Ramsey's had an entirely free game. And it's too much. And we're at that point, as you kind of anticipated earlier, saying Sniper, it's nice if you have a great start, but it's not nice 30 minutes in when you've got all these heroes that jump straight onto you and put you to pieces.
Sniper is very good against the troll, but then out comes Storm and Omni Knight, and you're just left to deal with this guy on your own. It just doesn't work out for Sniper at all. Even with Dendy's fantastic start in this game, you know, DP made quite a swift comeback. We blinked, and then bottom racks was just gone.
It was. That mid lane fight was long and a little painful for VP in terms of people dying, but yeah, they just had the long game planned out. Ramses knew what to do. He did not want to waste any of his time fighting for the rest of it.
Yep. Looks like Na'Vi aren't quite out yet. So.
No, they're staying. Seneko says, you want another kill, no one? I'll give it to you.
Nice.
Ooh, the Shrine, actually enough to keep him alive. Alright, Shrine, Healing Water, Mech, all adds up. Seneko will survive. Yeah, 15k gold lead, 2 sets of racks down. Na'Vi are certainly going to struggle. We saw, it started to slowly go Na'Vi's way, but then, boom.
Yeah.
Suddenly they were given that painful reminder that Ramses was in the game.
That's right. They were looking pretty good when the game was 4v5,
Yep.
and then a new player joined.
Ramses is in. He's, I believe, just open up him away from the completed Skadi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the nature of Sniper sometimes, right? Some games he looks great. He has this game where he's actually safe to just sit in the back and hit everyone. But this game, man, fantastic early game. And then Storm finally just farms some items, and then he gets jumped on by Storm in the Sanky and can't even attack in any of these fights.
Nice pickup though for General. The Halberd, Heaven's Halberd, certainly an item that could do something this game.
Yeah, definitely.
Stopping that Troll and Storm, beating down upon you.
Yep, Halberd no longer dispellable by anything, so perhaps he can get it off early.
Is it even dispellable by death? If you die and then buy back, is it still on you? I know in the past they used to have stuff like that was down. I imagine it's not. I mean, you never
It's
know.
probably not.
You never know with BO2.
Maybe we'll find out one day.
We'll see. Anyone needs to buy back TPs in. How long does it last nowadays as well, the disarm?
I think it's different from melee and agility heroes. I'm not entirely sure on the numbers, but it's like 3 or 4 seconds, somewhere around there.
What we got? Oh, that's so long. That's a lot of reading.
That is, I don't know where to look.
Disarm, yeah, you're right. Disarm range duration 5.5 and disarm melee 3 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah, you well, it's just two melee range, so it's the 3 seconds we're worrying about this game. Oh no, wait, no, Storm Edge. Sorry, yeah, Storm range.
Storm is ranged, yeah.
5.5 seconds disarm on Storm. Ah, there you go. There you go. Certainly could be nice. But BP, well, we'll see if it does anything as BP are ready to come down another lane up top. Bringing the creep wave round onto the tier 2. But Nav,
Yep, it's the smoke
this could be the last ditch play. The bit of a smoke out, leave the base, look for the
Radiant's
wraparound.
top tower has
I
fallen.
mean, we'll see if they can get anything out of this. They don't really have an insane team fight, really. That's the problem. It's just the Jakiro, really. The rest is sort of just pick off. I mean,
who are they going to go for?
yeah.
This Storm looks so hard to kill.
Here we go. Okay, so they're jumping onto Pasha. Hooks up there for Staneka. But we'll trap Ramses in the cogs, but the GA just comes out. No one just turns straight towards the Jakiro, and that's going to be Jakiro down. Lil comes in with a Burrow Strike onto Dandy, who's trying to get himself away with the Shadow Blade, but the Sentry's down the high ground, and it was just a smoke into what, really? There was just, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good attempt, and it's the right idea, especially that part of the game, but they're just too far behind, and good game's called.
Absolutely. And there we have it. Oh, Pasha dropping the all chat. It's a disaster. Damn, son. And there we have it. VP 23-19 taking the game. And unfortunately, the Donbo Sniper, as excited as I was to see it, it's just a hard hero to win game.
Yeah, definitely. Perhaps it was taken a bit too early in the draft.
It was what kind of pick was it? It was like,
I think it was 4th.
Third or 4th? Yeah, it wasn't right at the end. Yeah.
Dire team
Static link.
Damn it.
You guys think this will be an aggro with the Ursa?
reserve time.
I like
Very
the
well could
aggro
be.
approaches to the troll.
Yeah, Na'Vi do like that, don't they?
But it's
They
kind of
do like
awkward.
that.
Sand King, Jakiro, Ursa, that doesn't seem like the strongest lane in the world.
I mean, it
10
could
seconds
be a
remaining.
general Sand King.
That
They
is
leave
true.
on his solo lane. And if they're going to do
That is very
aggro,
true.
Sand King's a great hero to have solo lane in the safe lane.
I think-
So-
That's true.
Yeah.
I think also people are just starting to look at like this Roshan. It's so important in these games. Like the second Rosh, you get the Aegis and the cheese.
It's GG.
Being able to get that type of like first Rosh and everything, and even denying it from the enemy team. Ursa allows you to do that versus the Troll Warlord. Being able to kind of deny that from him slows down his pace of the game.
Nurse is also a man-fighting hero that can go blow for blow with the troll, kind of, pending bash RNG, but he can stand his ground better than most carries, I guess.
Try.
He can definitely try.
What does Virtus Pro want here to complement this lineup?
Or
how
push.
How about a Slardar?
More push, less armor. I like it.
Yeah, stuns,
Let's
minus
go.
armor.
Let's go for the Darkseer Slardar now. Screw it.
No, they go for the Bat Rider.
Please
All right.
turn
All right, that's fine. That's great. I mean, Bat Rider grabs somebody, Troll instantly blows them up. Game over for Ursa. Probably the only person that you could do that to.
Yep, they've already. They can do kind of the daisy chain, lasso, and then swap them even further.
10
Well, I'm not sure that's
seconds
possible,
remaining.
Zyra. I don't think that is in the game.
That's not.
But
5 seconds remaining.
so maybe they could be maybe expecting that kind of aggro tri lane, and right now they pick up the Bat Rider. So Bat Rider in pretty much most 1v1s, he does pretty damn well.
Yeah,
Except
very
for
true.
versus like Legion Commander and like Life Stealer, they do good versus him, but yeah.
Virtus Pro also have the option of putting Troll in the mid lane as
Yep.
well if they do think an aggro is coming, but
This is
I mean,
true.
Troll's not the weakest laner. He's pretty strong in lane.
Yeah, he is.
Very durable.
Yep. It's really hard for Ursa to attack him with that mischance. If they do decide to go for like any sort of aggro. I guess it could be with the Sand King, but I don't know. It just seems like a not well thought out approach to the hero. You know, it's like, oh, we need to stop this guy, but is this really enough to stop him in lane?
Yeah, I think that like heavy emphasis on spell damage early is actually very good versus the Troll, and then I think that Ursa is specifically for that Roche thing, like I was kind of saying before.
I like the idea that Owen had, though, of putting the Sand King into safe lane for general and then doing an aggro try with another support that has maybe a reliable stun so Jakiro can follow up, the Ursa can close the gap. They have some options to pressure that safe lane carry of Virtus Pro.
A Tusk.
A Tuski?
Tusk?
Tusk Ursa, the old school, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sigil, decent versus Troll Warlord.
Yeah, that's an interesting solution.
I like that. There's a lot of options that you have. Oh, man.
It's also pretty good against Bat Rider,
Manager.
too, right?
And the what?
It's Tusk against Bat Rider. Like, if Na'Vi were to pick Tusk,
My God. I never thought about that interaction.
good against
Walrus
Bat Rider.
versus Bat Rider? That's great thinking, Zyori.
Don't point that at me.
So I do go for the.
Hey, what do you know?
Slaughter.
So more Roche
Slardar.
control.
More Roche control. Yeah.
Okay.
It's more lockdown.
Good stuff.
That
That's a
minus
lot of,
armor always goes. I mean, is that enough to deal with Troll? Corrosive Haze and then Ursa up in his face beating on him?
10
No.
seconds.
If he gets the axes off, more than likely not because of that miss rate. But
5
That's
seconds
fair.
remaining.
he's a basher, right? He can get some bashes.
Yeah,
He's
bash be
Offlane
bash.
Slaughter or offlane
Abyssal
Sand King?
MKB?
That's a lot of heroes down there.
I'd say offlane Sand. Offlane Sand King.
I guess so.
Oh, what do you reckon? Offlane Slaughter or offlane Sand King?
Sand King.
Sand King. Yeah,
Sand
I think
King,
Sand
but way
King. I think
more
for general, Sand King.
Absolutely.
Isn't Offlane Slaughter kind of dead? I feel like I only see him in the
Yeah,
moment
it's
these days.
rare.
Oh, the Spirit Breaker.
XP.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
You pick a basher, we'll pick another one.
A better bash.
This is the battle of the bashes, boy.
Seriously, all three bash heroes.
Who are we missing? Anyone else?
Faces Void.
Boy.
Ah, there you
See
go.
that void, Navi? Hell yeah.
Uncanny synergy with Ursa.
Ursa and Void.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker with Troll. This is like
10
people used to do this a bunch with the
seconds
Battle Trance. Gives your
Oh
Spirit
my
Breaker a lot more
God.
potential to get like
Yeah.
these type of kills and
Really good.
5 seconds
That's
remaining.
aggression,
disgusting.
right? We like this aggression.
Hey, you know what's going to happen?
What's that?
VP.
Yeah.
Reserve
They're gonna pick
time.
sniper.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh.
Are we back to the sniper troll meta? Is that what you're trying to tell us, OD Pixel?
I think, yeah, I mean,
This
they
is
could,
They
great.
could do it.
they
Yeah,
could do it.
They could definitely
Oh,
pick the
God.
sniper.
They ban Queen of Pain.
They ban Queen of
Oh,
Pain.
no. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
Please.
Oh, no,
Go on,
this
do
is...
Hold it, Owen. Show the camera,
Show
buddy.
Dendy how it's done.
For the sake
they're not.
of our meta and pubs everywhere, do not pick sniper.
Please.
For the love of God,
We don't
please.
want to go back. We can't go back.
I still have nightmares of that meta.
Come on, baby. Oh, thank goodness. Whew.
Ember Spirit.
We're all right.
A lot of magic damage now.
I do like that a little bit more, though, because Na'Vi, you know, they got some stuns, they got some stuff, but not the kind of stuns that you're looking for an Ember Spirit. Homie can squeeze on by all those stuns.
It's good tempo, too. A lot of damage early on, can scale very nicely.
Gives
Sure.
them mixed damage potential as well. They're not like only focused on just having this super physical core. Now it's okay, we have mixed. And
Hey!
So,
Weaver.
looking to be a mid Ursa then, I think,
Yeah,
and a
mid
Pike
Ursa
out Weaver.
against
So then
Ember.
the Ursa against the Ember.
Wow, wow, wow.
Okay.
Which is, great for the. We may even see the Ember be moved away from it. I don't know if they want to switch it up, but we'll see.
That's one of those abysmal matchups for the Ember Spirit, right? Ursa just bullies that, hands down.
Dude, Weaver?
Yeah, Ursa really bullies the Ember Spirit. I think we might see a switch up happen, but we'll see if they actually end up doing it because they also have a Spirit Breaker. So Spirit Breaker charging in can maybe help. You know.
Right, yeah. Always potential to change the mid lane. Okay, well, man, this series, interesting picks in game 1 and even more interesting picks here in game number 2. What are you thinking, Slacks? Who's got it?
I am not going against the Troll Warlord. That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, Troll's good, but I mean, Weaver into a Bat Rider, Spirit Breaker. I mean, until he gets Lincoln's, he's just a free kill. So I gotta definitely not go with Na'Vi this time. Sorry, guys.
Tough Weaver game. What are you thinking, Fog?
I think the
Troll's got
Weaver
it.
can do okay, like in laning stuff. If that could be the potential where they set up for the aggro and leave like Weaver 1v1 versus a Bat Rider or something like that. But
Yeah, that's
I
true.
can't go against Troll Warlord. I really can't.
I think we're going to be unified again here, folks. All three panelists going for Virtus Pro. Let's see if they can close this out 2-0 or if Na'Vi can take it 1-1.
Yeah!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for the second game now of the third series of the day, Na'Vi versus Virtus Pro. We've just seen the two lineups. We are obviously having something a little bit different from Na'Vi. They're not Sniper. They grab themselves the Ursa. They finish with a Weaver. What's the plan though? Because it feels like these lanes, VP, do they have to be scared of that mid Ursa? Do you move the Ember away?
They can move the Ember away. He's Vintage, Weaver in the safe lane, or potential aggro. It looks like the safe lane for now. And then the Ursa in the mid lane against Ember Spirit. Very, very good matchup. But, I mean, as Sir Action Slack said, there's tons of disables here for this Weaver.
Yeah.
So, and Ember Spirit. So, they really need to snowball pretty hard here.
So we'll see what kind of lanes they do settle on. What General and Viver heading up towards the top. So we have got the it is the General Slardar. So this is going to be very interesting to see. You know, as we sort of said, we don't see the position 3 Slardar that much at all anymore, do we? I can't remember the last time I saw a team do this.
Not at all. It's a hero that he needs some help.
Yeah.
You know, to get to his items, or else he kind of just can't lane by himself.
I mean,
Especially
is there
now,
anything about the new patch that you could say makes it better for Slardar to be back in that position?
I mean, shrines are gone, but Slardar was never really a jungler before. So, I mean, at least he can get his level 2, kind of. He gets the first wave, and then he can get something else afterwards. But it looks like Jakiro's going to lane up top with them Bivers, so he'll be able to get some experience and maybe do anything in the lane. Because I'm pretty sure Spirit Breaker is going to dedicate all his time in the early game to helping Ember Spirit against the Ursa.
Yeah,
It's a very
he's definitely
hard
got the lane that he's going to be needed in. VP will secure control of this bottom rune. Na'Vi do manage to take the 2 from the top half of the map, so 2 for 2 on the bounty rune.
So VP are actually going aggro here.
Okay, and Pikecat actually already moving away. So up towards the top lane he will go. And Na'Vi will send, the moment at least, just the Sanking down. Yeah, is he picking up a TP general? Yeah, he's got a TP. So I imagine just a straight up lane swap, as we're very unlikely to see General and Pikecat stick together in the same lane. And indeed there. So straight TP down, just keeping the Pikecat Weaver away from the aggressive tri-lane and saying, General, you've got to put up with that stuff, but the supports will be there to backing up. So Pikecat playing the carry, but playing it in a solo lane.
Yep, we were pretty safe against the Bat Rider, pretty much in any lane. And I think this actually benefits General a lot, because if he was in this lane, and it wasn't just the Bat Rider, like it was an actual, lane setup that they're trying to go for, he wouldn't really be able to get anything. But now that he's in the safe lane, perhaps he'll get some more levels, some more farm, but this mid lane looks very, very dangerous for Ember Spirit here. Ursa, not a good matchup at all. And even if Spirit Breaker helps, which he can't really do a whole lot early on. You know, he kind of wants to get his levels, do his own thing, commit to this lane. So Ember Spirit's kind of all on his own for now.
Now, look at an interesting set there for Dendi, of course, on the Ursa. A game 2 weeks ago, then 7 months ago, and then 2.5 years ago. It's not a hero that we really see him on at all in pro games.
And you definitely don't think Ursa as Dendi hero, right?
Definitely. So it'll be very interesting to see how he goes. Of course, I believe there are a lot of players like this that have heroes that are just, you know, they never really play in pro games, but in their own personal gaming time, they're very proficient on. Bottom lane, though, the action kicking off as VP look towards General. He'll sprint himself away. He's going to be fine. The bashes are coming through, though, here from Lil onto Biver, but it's not enough damage to bring him down straight away. So no one to fall.
Man, tons of misses coming out there from the Whirling Axes. Pretty much saves Solo's life.
Gee, no one needs to be in
just
trouble.
got the boots. He's going to die
Yeah,
from here.
he's dead, isn't he? Yeah, he's
dead.
definitely dead. Dendi gets the solo kill. There we go, boys. He's only played it, as we saw, 3 times in the last 2.5 years. But he's just first blooded no one on the Ember Spirit in the mid lane. Dendi, he's got to be feeling good about that.
Man, definitely gigantic kill. And he just happened to get his boots there delivered. Great timing. And now it's kind of that period where Ember Spirit needs assistance. You know, he either, if he wants to lane, he needs help, but it looks like he's just jungling at this point because the lane's so bad.
On bottom lane, Na'Vi finally has to close in. On to Solo. The mischance coming through. Is it enough to save Solo? Again, no, but he's outside the range of it. So they will get the kill. They do lose the Slardar for it, though. And Ramses, in fact, chasing down Seneko, has the vision with the charge coming in. And Seneko, he's going to be a casualty as well here for Na'Vi. Oh, the Sandstorm.
Okay.
Ramses actually didn't have enough. Oh, he's got the mana for Whirling Axes. But actually, he doesn't want to be close. He's going to throw them back in.
2 seconds for the charge.
But Seneko just continues to Sandstorm it up. And the charge bites, bringing him low, will take him out of it. So they finally do take him out. Yeah, Little will get himself back out to safety.
Okay, nice play from him there. He kind of baits him with the charge, waits 12 seconds, gets off the next charge. And now look, no one's pretty much just jungling on his Ember Spirit. Like, that's how bad the lane is right now.
You cannot come to this mid lane. Especially once Dendi's got the phase boots. There's just no hope for the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, and Ember Spirit's not the greatest jungler. He has the Iron Talon up, which is helping him, but still, it's not easy at all.
Entirely free lane for Dendi now. No one even having a look in on VP, trying to get some experience out of this. So they've just got to let Dendi have this lane.
Well, we mentioned that Na'Vi did have a pretty big advantage in the lane phase, right? With this big advantage in the mid, it kind of forces someone to want to come mid, right? Spirit Breaker wants that experience mid lane, which opens up the bottom lane for Na'Vi as well. So perhaps they can keep playing off the lanes.
Well, we'll see a challenge come through. Dendi, top lane, Pycat. He's been playing around with Pasha. Both with the wands and the sticks out, ready to try and outplay each other. Smoke up. Oh, sorry, an Invis rune, in fact, from Dendi. Oh, if he finds that Ember Spirit,
yeah, that would be
pretty massive. But he's actually going to make the way towards the Batrider up top. As no one back into the mid lane. Dendi knows that there's a pretty good attempt for him to go on this. He needs Pycat really around him so they can really go for a chase down. But I think, yeah, VP are going to realize that Dendi's not in the mid lane. So Pasha, he knows that he's got to play this relatively safely. We'll see how far out he comes with the creeps. He's going to meet very close to the tower. They've got to dive for this kill. And actually with the bugs out, they've got the vision and they'll take it. Got enough damage. Dendi level 6 as well. So we'll manage to get something out of that Invis rune rotation. In fact, Lil has to be a little careful as well. He's got the charge. And may need to use it to get himself out of there because both Dendi and Pyke are closing upon him. And indeed, Lil straight out does not want to mess around with that. More TPs coming into that top lane as the Batrider is back. Dendi causing havoc already with these early movements.
Yeah, interesting to see him just keep running around, trying to keep up the pressure, just sinking the mid lane. But it's good. I mean, he was extremely patient with that kill, and they did kill Pasha up top.
Bottom lane. Ramses at the moment, 25 for 10, so still finding farm despite the pressure. And even though General has had these 2 supports down there with him, he's not been getting any CS at all. So it's not like this tri-lane's going to enable General to have some sort of lightning fast blink dagger. It's been a tough lane for this Lara.
Yeah, very tough lane, and it doesn't look to get any easier anytime soon. VP pretty much keeping the lanes the same for now, and Ember Spirit still jungling. Perhaps he'll try to make a rotation when he gets level 6.
No, he just doesn't want to go anywhere in that bear.
No, not at all.
Not after what happened last time.
Yep. A dangerous place.
Very, very nicely. Dendy halfway towards his Blink Dagger. Start playing the aggro game on the bear, mid but down on the bottom again. Those axes enough to put a stop to the attempts that these 3 heroes keep trying to make upon him.
Isn't that crazy? 3 heroes, 2 stuns, and a slow, and they can't even get him down to half HP.
Pretty tough for Na'Vi down there. Hodge. Cancel straight away there. Looks like he was seeing if he needs to get out of there. Started to stack up. Top lane, of course, definitely, as well as the mid lane being the highlights here for Na'Vi. In fact, Pasha, he may just get taken down here if they can get close enough.
Is that thing gonna kill him? 1 hit? Nope. Okay.
Pretty close. And is he gonna have to steal the shrine now? Is he gonna be able to do that? Oh no, he's headed back. He's scared, I believe, with the Sankey coming around bottom lane. Oh, there's the action. Lil finds Piper with the charge, enables Ramses to pick up a kill. Pasha pops the shrine there just to make sure that Seneko can't snipe him down with the Burrow Strike. Still, this mid lane, Dendi is going to have an incredibly fast phase blink because nothing is being done about this laning stage that this Ursa's has. They're just not sending anyone to the mid lane to do anything. We did saw what Lil and Solo hanging around for a bit on the Spirit Breaker and the Venge, but they just can't really go for any sort of play. It's so hard to deal with. They'll look elsewhere for the action, and bottom lane is definitely where it's easier to pull it off. As, yeah, it seems to just be VP's call. They say, all right, mid lane is a mess. Let's just try and win the other ones. Bottom lane is certainly working out for Ramses.
Yeah, bottom lane is definitely their lane they want to play off of right now. 4 kills already on this troll.
It's safer to come into lane now he's hit level 6, but still, it's not too great if he's being constantly forced to run and out every time he turns up.
Yeah, he comes back into lane, but Ursa runs at him, right-clicks him a few times, and back in the jungle.
Yep. 1600 towards that Blink Dagger. Rotations just, looking for the Batrider as such. Any sort of disable. And Dendi will be able to get the kill. Good levels, top of the farm. Very, very strong start for him indeed.
I'm surprised that Na'Vi are allowing Troll to kind of lane in the bottom lane. I was kind of hoping that Pycat would get active and perhaps try to TP down and set up a gank onto Ramses. They're so close to killing when they just don't have the damage when the Whirling Axes come out. But all right, it looks like Na'Vi are making their own move on the mid lane with the smoke here.
Gee, but the smoke should be dispelled. And,
okay.
Awkward there. Lil just walks away.
Yeah.
Not the smoke that Na'Vi wanted there.
Definitely not. No. But it looks like they're still going to move anyways. They're going up towards the top lane, towards the Roshan area. Well, they're choosing to play off their own strong lanes instead of trying to interrupt the EP strong lane, right?
Yeah.
They're moving up to the Weaver.
Go. It's not quite enough though, that stump. Not enough to hold him in place. Bottom lane. Will is going in onto General. Solo and Ramses ready to dive the tower. They know that Na'Vi made that move elsewhere. And General is in a lot of trouble. It's just not been his day down here until now, perhaps. That crush, he gets him away. Yeah.
Saves his life, but however, this tower does not look as lucky.
And however, there was also an Ember Spirit ready to cut him off. No one comes in and makes sure that General's day does continue to be pretty bad down in this bottom lane. Up top, looking for Pasha. Quite enough damage there with the Germinate attack. Moshikuchi would do it. He's trying to hunt down over the Firefly. Pasha just goes for the TP out, and Pycat, he can't find him. Cannot catch it. He's just Shikuching into the wall.
Yep, I guess he didn't have the bugs to try to keep the vision on the Batrider there. I think they were like 2 seconds off cooldown when he went in. But, no kill, but they're still going to pressure the tower. Not the end of the world. However, VP were much quicker pushing that tower. They had that constant pressure in that lane, and they just got so much chip damage off before the push even came through. That's Troll Warlord, right?
Yeah, and we saw what happened when Ramses had a good game last time. It was not pretty for Na'Vi. Top Dendi. We can't. Can he reach? He can't reach him. Oh no!
Oh, and that's the ultimate on Dendi too.
No! They stunned him on the wrong side of the cliff, and the bear could just stand at the top and look down, and he couldn't hit him. He couldn't reach him. Oh, there, Pycat may be able to clean up. He will come in and he will get it. The lasso used in vain. Solo been jumped on as well. So at the end, okay, they were playing the long con.
Exactly.
That was all part of the plan, I'm sure, for
They
them.
brought it back.
They get the kill at the end of the day. Just a little bit of an awkward way to kick it off there from Na'Vi, but they do get the 2 kills. Biver as well, getting a lot of pressure onto this top tier 1.
Viver pretty much solo killed that tower. Top lane, just liquid firing it over and over. And Snake in a pretty awkward position.
Oh, look at that. Oh. It was a good attempt
It was,
to
but
try and go for the big bull's low HP
does
epicenter.
have no mana. Then he has blink up.
He chase this, and he is going to. So again, these are the Na'Vi plays. Ones that look strange, but they end up working out.
Exactly. To them, it probably looks completely normal.
It does.
This is all part of the plan.
It is.
And
It's
we're
all
just,
part of the Na'Vi textbook.
we're not on the same level, so we don't really understand it.
I love it. There we go. So Dendy's still, certainly been able to make the action happen here with that timely hit on the blink dagger. 7 to 8 though. It's definitely Ramses they've got to be worried about over on the side of VP.
Yeah, right now, Dendy, he's getting a lot done with that blink dagger for sure.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you see like the mask of, or the lifesteal, so they can go into the Roshan, but blink dagger definitely paying off here.
Bycat. Down Pasha is on his own though this time. We do have General heading up here. General halfway towards the blink dagger, so yeah, really just suffering lane as to position 3. But looking to make a comeback into this one. Charge onto Pyket. Time lapse out of that. It's back up. Okay. There's the blink dagger pickup complete for Pasha on that. Start to look to set things up, maybe try and get Ramses involved in some more fights. Is eyeing him up down on the bottom lane, but still 25 seconds before he has an epicenter.
Navi's in kind of an awkward position where both of their blink initiators don't exactly have it, but
And then the blink on blink there. They're going to see Dendy get caught out, but he does have the enrage. He'll actually look to maybe turn and punch into them. He'll be held in position by the magic missile. No, okay, and the Firefly's too much damage, gets ticked down. Pyker comes in though, General.
Big crush.
The 2-man crush, and then the Borrow Strike as well. Onto the Ember Spirit, no one pops the stick charges. Corrosive Haze on him, they're going to be able to bring him down low. He'll jump in, jump out. He'll get the chains onto 2, and Ramses with a rotation will clean up a second kill at the back of this. They get 2 effectively, no one able to get out. Is Na'Vi losing Dendy, the big old bear. So the golden XPs do end up favoring VP just because of who went down in that 2v2.
yeah, Dendy, that kill was massive.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden Ramsey is top of the net worth. Seems like every game somehow he just comes out and overtakes the gold charts.
It's going to be so hard to kill at this rate. It really is. I mean, we've seen how Dendy can disembowel other members of VP, but the control is going to be a question.
Yeah, Na'Vi have blink on their Ursa, and he's been doing a whole lot right now, but it really feels like they need that extra stun, right? That blink dagger on Sand King or perhaps the Slaughter to really get these things just done cleanly. You know, so they can stun and go kill someone real quick instead of anything kind of like that happening where he gets stunned up, fight gets reset, and then he gets kited. So they need some fun.
What? Z's being hunted, but also being aware. Instantly backs off. So I believe Denny may have been spotted out by that Dire Observer Ward, yeah. Ramses was aware of what was going on. Quickly, Na'Vi tried for the D Ward. One of the observers, I believe, in range of that sentry, but vision there at the moment during this night time. Off they go with the movement in the middle lane. Seneko does get dragged back, but they don't actually have the follow-up control to kill him after the Blink Lasso initiation. So Seneko gets himself out of there.
All right, Lasso used, no kill. Very good for Na'Vi.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pretty much just forces TPs, that's about it.
Radiant's bottom
But
tower is under attack.
See the ward now. Get the D Ward.
Pikat's actually so close to his Lincoln Sphere too, and once that comes out, charge, Lasso, none of these things are really going to do much to him.
Yeah, where's the catch?
Yeah.
You get him in a change potentially, but still gonna get the chance to time lapse out afterwards. Lane, charge onto General. Actually missing the slight change combo there, no one. General allowed to get himself back behind the tower, and pretty crucial that he does, because he's very close to having that blink slider.
Yeah, that death would have definitely delayed his blink dagger way too long in this game. You know, this is why we traditionally don't see the 3-position starter anymore. Unless he really gets a lot of help to him, he just doesn't come out very fast.
I mean, that really is the thing. He's in like the same position that a position 4 starter having a slightly good game would be. It's just
right. It's true.
It's not really giving you anything that having that in another capacity would have. It feels so far at least.
He needs space somewhere, but if he farms lane, he's going to get charged just like we saw there. Ember Spirit can pretty much kill him with the help of Spirit Breaker, and even the Bat Rider, who's off map looking for lasso kills.
Yeah, good. Realizes there is a sentry down. Ramses tries for a hit. Dendy's build as well on the Earth, so is he still going for the He's going for the Aghanims.
Yep, yeah, Aghanims is very good against the Bat Rider lasso.
For sure, yeah, and talking about the then it comes, but it's already too late to save Ramses as he's been taken down. Pasha up to the high ground, will survive, but again it's another lasso being used and VP not finding anything with it. Yeah, understandable that he did go for the 10 layers, he was trying to save Ramses, but it's a little too late.
That's a Troll Warlord kill too.
That's, I mean, that's the big one, that's the tricky one.
Dire structures are fortified.
You know, Jakiro's been pretty quiet. He hasn't really been involved in a whole lot of fights, but he's getting his levels and he does a lot of damage to these towers. We saw up top while they were fighting, he pretty much just took the tower by himself with level 2 Liquid Fire. And it's nice with Ursa because Ursa's not the best building hitter in the game. He's pretty bad at taking these towers, and Jakiro kind of, you know, it gives him some strengths that he lacks. Kind of makes up for that. So it's nice to see those two heroes together.
No one after the Veil purchase is just about to pick up the boost of travel. It's also the pressure down to this tier 2 down at the bottom. Na'Vi are into the pit though. We'll see if VP catch wind of it. For the wave of Terra through, they know what's up. Can they actually jump in and so I don't think they can. They're going to have to just let this one go here to Dendy. That's too good at bringing down the Roshan. Hits Dendy and immediately down bottom. Get the setup. First strike, is it going to be enough? You're going to come in, but the crush just comes a little too late. No one gets the chance to jump back. A little lower mana there, and Pycat's there with the chase down. Keep the corrosive haves off in time.
He does not have enough mana right now.
So no one could try and shoot this out with one more remnant jump. Continues to run General with another Blink Crush. Is it going to be enough? Bat Rider is there to try and help keep the two off him. He's falling incredibly low. There's the jump in with the lasso, dragging the starter across the firefight. They do lose the Ember Spirit. In fact, they're going to lose Pasha as well as the epicenter from Snako comes out. Lil charging in on this, but he may be in trouble as well. There's 4 members of Na'Vi here, and Lil, he just charged into his death. That's going to be another death for VP as Na'Vi finding him there. I mean, you know, it was clear that the Bat was trying to come in and save, but I really felt like Lil maybe could have held off on that charge, as very little was going to be achieved by running into the middle of Na'Vi there, whilst the others were already dead on Virtus Pro.
Yeah, as Fog likes to say, that was perhaps a little bit ambitious.
Yeah.
But you know, meanwhile, Ramses getting his farm on, hitting some towers.
I guess space. It's to create space for Ramses.
Yep. And you know, they didn't even take that tier 1 bottom tower, so not bad at all.
TP's going through. Get any sort of catch here. Actually, the Ember Spirit playing around very deep with this one. Jumped in onto General, but no one.
That was his last one.
Oh no! And Lily's charging in. Does he want to charge in on this?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe he gets the kill, but surely they kill him. Okay, he's going to go for the TP out.
He's gone,
and he is actually going to get out this time. So Lil, he does manage to pull off the Bull's play that time round.
Yeah, that looks good right there. But that's what it's all about.
Oh man. But yeah, no one again. I mean, we sometimes see this for no one just going for these hyper aggressive players, and they don't always work out. The miscalculation there, no way of getting himself back out.
Yeah, we saw that last game on the Storm Spirit, that long zip. But man, that's a pretty big setback. Just finished his Boots of Travel pretty recently, but he hasn't managed to farm a whole lot since he picked that up. Kind of just died back to back.
He's still, you know, in a relatively good place considering that he did get, you know, absolutely crushed in the mid lane and had to leave it very early on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because of the Ember pairing. He's about 1.5 behind Dendy.
Jungled his way back in the game with that Iron Talon. Oh no, double damage on Ursa.
I mean, that's the dream for Dendy. Lil, should be caught out here. The Mass Blink, I mean, they have to crush the Corrosive Haze, and Dendy just absolutely takes it to pieces.
Well, if there's any hero you want to tank a Smoking, your Spirit Breaker is probably the best one on your team, so could have been worse for sure. Especially with that double damage on the Ursa. Could have just blown up anyone. No one is losing all his mana to the diffusal blade. Gotta go back.
Gotta jump out straight away. You don't want to be playing around with the weave with that diffusal done. Good lead there for Ramses. Made the progress he requires. RV down on the bottom to finish off this tier 1 this time round.
Under attack.
See how many resources he can put into defending it. No one in the neighborhood. And he's still with that DD there. Really got to respect that. He gets jumped upon. Gonzo.
Dire's bottom tower.
Then he will be able to play in the 2-1 round coming through. They'll put the lasso onto the slider, making sure that he can't jump in. But with the eye path onto the Ember, he's in trouble. Gets swapped up just in time. But Dendi claims the kill to Solo in return. Lil charging forward, now heading back. The sideline, Pycat drawing Ramses and Pycat away. Ramses will continue to chase down the Weaver, gets the bash, but it's not enough. And on the sidelines, Dendi just moves in, takes down Lil as well.
Dire's bottom tower.
Ramses is still hanging around here. General could find a Blink Crush. Do they have the follow through yet? They've got the Burrow Strike coming in straight into the epicenter. And Ramses, he'll put the Whirling Axe in. He'll try and get himself out. Pasha with the Flame very bad, but Pycat coming across with the Diffusal Blade slows down Ramses. Ramses is down. General gets the Blink Crush in onto the Pasha with the Bash and the Corrosive Haze. Another one for Na'Vi. Dendi falling low, but he's still got that. He's still got that Aegis, and he's been buffed up by the Lincolns from Pycat, and they are out of there.
The Aghanim's on Earth looks so good in this game. Breaks the lasso. That's pretty much the only way to really start the fight on him. He can't really doesn't care about getting charged in his team fights. Vengeful Spirit can't even close to land the stun on him.
That was a terrible fight for Versus Pro. Na'Vi is playing very well, and this Diffusal Blade purchase on Pycat doing absolute wonders after the Lincolns. That's just going to charge straight away. He's not even going to get the chance. He tried for the TP out, but General was there with the Blink Crush. And Dendi comes in for the kill secure. Right.
This game is going Na'Vi real quickly here. They're getting so many key pickups. Great team fights.
And as we saw there, these weapons of 7 is pointing out this is insane for the Versa. 23 minutes in. Phase, Blink, Aghanims, and 100 gold away from Basher. Yeah, Dendi's all the tools that he required to just kill whoever he wants. And well, Basher get his way back over. And General calling for the second play, getting his team to back up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We need, that's right, gotta get those wards. At least Pasha has the Force Staff now on his Batrider, so he can drag back these heroes a bit farther, but it's really hard for him to lasso. Right?
Yeah.
Weaver's got the Lincoln Sphere, can't really lasso the Ursa when he has ultimate up. He's got to go for these Blink Initiators who are just sitting in the back lines waiting to try to find one of these heroes to just go in on. But they do have the charge to kind of get vision.
There we go, there we have the jet back in the Renaissance to 2. Bam, no one. Following very nicely through with the Wombo there as the two of them caught out. Taken down very, very quickly.
Double damage.
They back away. I just realised now, I believe what Weapons was trying to point out. It was the timeout, wasn't it, of the Aegis on Dendi that was being recorded. Yeah. Bottom. Asher, Diffusal Blade again, causing issues. Pycat loving this. The weapons work out, and in fact, also
he just got rooted by the creep.
Oh, there's spampings coming out onto the creeps there as well for no one. It's like, mate, you got to watch out for those there. Pretty nasty.
Oh. Thank you, Toby.
Oh, Toby?
You just said that. They're all dead.
That's not Toby. It's LD.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
Oh my god, Brad.
Jesus.
Toby? Toby doesn't say they're all dead.
I actually think I thought that was Toby the entire time.
No, it's LD.
Dire's
It's
middle
an Australian
tower is under
accent.
attack.
How would an Australian accent sound? Can you do an Australian accent?
No, I can't.
They're all
Actually,
dead.
I can do the Toby though.
A southern one.
Actually, I kind of can do an Australian accent.
You can?
Yeah, I can.
Go on, doing it, they're all dead.
Enigma.
Enigma?
That's my favorite
You're
one.
just adding R onto the end of everything. So that's not Australian, that's just Tobas.
Okay, never mind. Then I can't do it.
You can do the Toby accent.
That was actually all I had.
Oh dear. Well, there we have it. No one getting caught out again like this. It's looking really good for Natus in this game too. They just hit all the timings they need on the Slardar, the Ursa. You know, this is a game where we're seeing a Slardar getting a Blink Dagger in good timing. Plays are being made, and no one, just dying a few too many times off on his own. He's got to be more careful. But it is so hard for him. There's so much cash. There's so much save little. Maybe it will actually, as they do come in with the combo, but General's there in with the 2-man crush, but they return. The lasso comes out, burst drive for Sneko, flips onto 2, Dendi falling down low here. Pykat's trying to come across to rectify the situation, looks towards Ramses. Ramses trying to get himself away and out of this one. Pykat to hunt for more, goes for solo, and Sneko comes back in with the burrow strike, follow through crush from General for third, and Pykat now godlike. Weaver 9-0-12. They haven't managed to kill him at all in this game. He has had absolute free run of it. Of course, Na'Vi being tabs on the next Roshan respawn will be a slightly longer one.
You know, at least they were able to finally kill Dendi. Right?
That's something. Yeah.
It is something. And
He was
Troll
getting
lived.
well ahead. 12-12. At what, just 27 minutes in. Pretty much the dream Ursa game in terms of the actual baseline. Lane, can they kill this man? They will actually pop the Lincoln, and Pykat gets low, but he gets the chance to time out. So Ice Pipe gets laid down, catches 2 of them. It's going to look for the chase down. They have the sentry out. Pykat will be brought down. Big kill again.
That's a huge streak.
It is. I mean, we saw what VP, they killed the Ursa, and now they kill the Weaver.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money going the way of Ramses as well.
They just sent good ward coverage everywhere, pretty much.
Hitting back up. And yeah, this is definitely, you know, as good as it looks for Na'Vi. Not to say that VP can't bring it back with some plays like that.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, we've seen Troll, he can do a lot.
Scale.
Yep. Great Roshan killer as well, and Roche is almost up. There?
Yep.
Okay.
And second. 5, 4. It's back up. They'd love to find a kill first because they go in for it, and they might just get it here with this jump forward lasso onto the Dragon, bringing back Shakira. He's down and down. They're going to charge proper. Snakeo's in there with the epicenter. It might not matter though because the chain come out onto 2. Dendi falling low. Sneko falling even lower. We'll get the burrow strike out, but the slider fist is there for no one to take him down. And Dendi chased up as well, surrounded. It's going to be a double kill for Ramses as this is Na'Vi throwing it away pretty quickly as VP are just coming online, coming out with the better and bigger plays. Roshan being here at the perfect time for VP as well.
It's a complete disaster.
It is.
Said by LB.
That was said by LB. And he doesn't say it.
I'm always going to think it's said by Toby.
He says it's a disaster. No, there's nothing complete about it.
Okay.
It's a disaster.
I hope they play the sound.
You have to have a lot of money for that. You got to be level 357.
Radiant's
I think that
middle
costs like
tower
2,000
is under
USD
attack.
at the moment.
Way too much for me.
It doesn't cost. How much is like 300? I think that's like
I don't actually know what it is.
It's maybe like a couple of $100. Unless you do all the quests. You know, if you're really good at Dota 2, you can do all the achievements and
It's
stuff.
not the quests.
But I'm not good at Dota 2, so I have to pay real money.
Well, so this game has taken quite the swing. Ramses picked up a bunch of kills there. Now he's got an Aegis as well. He's got 4,000 gold in him too after that team fight.
Yep. Well, I mean, do you imagine he just gets the Skadi next? Is there anything else that...
Yeah, it looks like the Skadi.
Yeah, stick to the norm.
Yeah.
What do we look like actually like on Pykat's diffusal charges?
All BKB actually.
Okay, BKB. Ah, okay. Of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, BKB definitely makes sense.
I just thought without the Aegis, you know, he'd be able to go for a bigger item than the BKB. But
yeah,
it's still
go
good.
for power play.
It makes
That
sense.
Aegis,
I mean, when you look at their lineup, like, well, BKB lets me actually hit people. And that's good.
Yes, there's a lot of stun, as we've seen. There is a lot of stun. Get me into butterfly with the planet. And again, you know, this is a game where no one, he was having a tough time earlier, but he's ahead of Ursa, and Ursa it feels like he's a hero that gets ahead, then falls behind, and then doesn't necessarily get ahead again for the rest of the game.
If he doesn't stay ahead, you can really feel him kind of fall off, and we're getting to that stage, like he has the double defensive items coming out now. He just picked up the actual, he took the daggers a while, and then now he's going for the BKB. Not easy game now for Dendi, even though he had a phenomenal start.
not necessarily the player. In this situation, it is certainly the hero.
Yeah, there are definitely certain heroes where you die once, it kind of just feels like they lose their momentum. Ursa's definitely one of those heroes.
Fine there, General. And up top, maybe see if they could get some sort of a catch between the two of them. If any of them came back to clear that lane out, but they're focused on pushing down the mid.
Under attack.
Ramsey straight away in onto the tier 2.
Are fortified.
What can Na'Vi do to stop this? They have got epicenter. But again, even with that, it just doesn't seem to be enough damage against some of these tankier heroes that VP have in their lineup.
No, it doesn't feel like it does any damage at all, actually.
They've got a lot of beef.
Radiant's
A
middle
lot of brawn.
tower has fallen.
This is getting to the point of the game where these heroes are really starting to tank up. We even see no one has that plate mail on
This is big. If they get this, they'll need a bash or 2, and they're only going to get the 1. He's got the cheese.
He's baiting this hard.
And there's the jump in straight away with the lasso. They don't get Dendi, but they do get General. I don't know if maybe was he aiming for Dendi? Do you feel like it was a bit of a kind of clusterfuck around there?
I think he definitely wanted Dendi.
Yeah, there's the trombone. It was, they were very close together. It was a bit of a mess.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of creeps around as well. I mean, I think he was lucky he didn't lasso a creep there.
That would have just been awful. But we saw how tanky Ember was right there. Right? He's got the completed Shiva's guard. He gets crushed, and Corrosive Haze hit by the Ursa, and he's...
I mean, he's got like... How much armor has he got? It's 38 armor. There we have it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of armor. Physical resist, 73%. 73%.
Radiant's top
Are
tower.
you having a bubble bath? 73%. You're not killing him again.
Top tower has
Did
fallen.
you say he's having a bubble bath?
He's having a bubble bath.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah, a bit of Cockney rhyme and slang. You can do anything. Anything that rhymes, just throw it into a sentence. It works.
Alright, so how do they kill this guy? I mean, here comes the stun. Weaver's hitting him, but he's
73%. 73%.
Radiant's top
Look at that.
tower is under attack.
Physical resist for days.
Radiant structure.
No chance.
And that's like all of Navi's damage right now, all physical. We have the epicenter, which is magic, but it doesn't feel like it's doing enough in these fights.
Yeah,
They need
really
more.
doesn't. There we have Dendi. Looking for the easier call. Ramsey's certainly the one to take down, and bam, they got him. He's just going to be popped. He needs backup. He says, boys, you better get yourselves in it. And they're getting there thick and fast. Lil straight in with the charge. Looking for Dendi on the back lines. They've got the lasso on to General, but he wants to be able to get away. Oh, that's a nice epi. That is a very nice epi. Lil taken down. They'll find Solo as well. It's the 2 supports. They want to find something a little bit more out of this Na'Vi. Looks like the rest of VP are out of there. So as we're seeing, the epicenter certainly can still do work against the supports. And when there's Macropyre and every other magical spell that Na'Vi have being thrown down at them.
That is very true. The supports did die very fast there.
So that's something. Power cut now with the BKB as well. Which, I mean, do you feel a BKB is necessary for the Weaver in a game like this? Or would you have liked to see him go for something a bit more offensive? What's the main thing he's getting the BKB against, did you feel?
It's the Ember chains after he has to time lapse.
Okay.
And Ember, pretty much all magic damage, right? But it just doesn't feel like enough, right? It helps him survive, but where's the damage? We saw
Where's
that
the damage?
in these fights, just he's hitting this Ember with 40
that
armor.
BKB ain't going to help you against 73%.
Yeah, it is true.
What's this guy got as well?
Soul's got evasion now, 2
Oh,
butterfly.
he's got 73% as well. Look at that.
Yeah. It's looking rough on the damage department for now. But of course, there's also Ursa. Deal some damage. You have the Macropyre and Epicenter. So there is damage. It's just it needs to be all concentrated on these key heroes.
But then, as we say, you know, Dendi is just unable to keep up with the farm of the Ember and the Strong. Ramses is just getting miles ahead. If he finds someone runs at them with a flutter in the face, they are gone. Chalk on clears the way, backs off, and VP ready to come in on the middle lane. Dendi's there. Can VP get any sort of jump onto him? It is hard to do so with that axe, as we have seen.
Yeah, especially during daytime too.
And a swap. Hey, you can't axe off the swap. That's something. They'll get the bash. The ice pop will be laid down though. Up onto the high ground with the BKB now. Complete on Pasha. He comes in. The epicenter comes out. Lil falling low. Pike out solos down the Venge, but already they've lost Dendi. Ramsey just on the high ground. Bashing into General. Takes down the fishy fellow. Sneeko to fall as well. And this could be VP on the ball and closing up the game. Na'Vi just lose ball. The Rack's now exposed in the mid lane. VP move on and
Radiant's middle
It's the Ursa conundrum, it really is. You have an amazing time, kill loads of people, but you just don't win the game, Brax.
Yeah, definitely not. It's just, if you try that once or, you know, 2 times, and it's just, he hasn't moved in net worth in the last, like, 8 minutes, it feels like, right? He was dominating the early game.
Yeah, Dendi was having amazing stuff.
Yeah, he was 12-2 at some point, and then he died once, died twice. Control takes ages, and all of a sudden,
The game's over.
yeah, pretty much. Here's what it feels like.
There you go, there. Definitely borderline getting mega creeped here. Na'Vi may give themselves one more shot at a team fight. Pycat comes forward, looking to force no one away. But BP are certainly cleaning up the base here. General jumps in, gets the crush, Ice Path laid down as well. Ramses will be chased down. Pycat's there. They can do this, but Ramses got the BKB. He said, I'll turn towards the Kira. I'll turn towards the Pycat. Pycat's to Scoochie away. Now goes towards General. The BKB up, they just can't hurt Ramses. Burst Strike comes in, but he's going to miss. Ramses just gets a double kill. The well place comes out. Now they surround him. Dendi is there. They'll finally kill him, but General tabs out. He's done. He says GG. It's all over. The mega creeps are out. Na'Vi want this one to end, and it will. It's 2-0. And Na'Vi, even after some very strong lanes at the beginning, you know, winning the mid lane, I mean, it was a mid lane where there wasn't really anyone to play against, so you'd expect him to win against no one.
He destroyed that lane, actually.
He destroyed it, you know. And literally no one, not no one, because no one was not in the lane.
This is getting confusing.
It